So this will be fun because you were talking about being convinced on Mission Impossible Fallout. That is easily at the top of my list. There, I'm not.
Ooh,
I'm just gonna cut to the chase.
spoilers. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just say that movie is not just arguably the best in the franchise. It is one of the best action movies made in the last decade, maybe 20 years, I think ever. That also goes down as one of my favorite movies of all time. That is such an all-timer that is so good from start to finish. I love it. I love the characters. I love the action. I love everything about that movie. If you plop in one movie, a Mission Impossible, I could easily say, which one would I want to watch any given day? Let's go Mission Impossible 6 or Mission
Hmm.
Impossible Fallout. So good. That's one of the rare movies I saw three times in the theater and I wanted to go back for a fourth. I'm nuts. I'm nuts. But all right, now I digress. That was teasing going to the first. Let me go to the very bottom. And I'll say this is going to be a big surprise, but after just listening to us, maybe not. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning for
Wow.
me is at the very bottom. It actually does beat out Mission Impossible 2, which is just above it at my seventh favorite Mission Impossible movie. I do think, this is kind of like a guilty pleasure. There are a lot of weird, strange John Woo-isms where we slow it down, and it is like, as you said, a product of its own time and era. I do kind of like that at times. We get some very bizarre choices, but it is also one of those that it does kind of feel like okay, well, we're giving a director his own, choice. We're going to say, go ahead, take us to your buffet. And we get
Hmm.
a true John Woo buffet. I mean, it's not great, but I kind of like it. Like I said, it's kind of a guilty pleasure. Next up, believe it or not, is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. This is a movie I had much higher on my list whenever we finished watching Dead Reckoning. Number six has to go here because the more I've thought about it, I do love the action scenes, like you said. They're great, but it just can't quite top the next one, which is Mission Impossible 3. I love this for almost the soul factor more than Dead Reckoning because of the incredible performance of Philip Seymour Hoffman. He is hands down the best villain we've had in this entire franchise. He is unhinged. He's the Joker to Ethan Hunt. It's true warfare that Ethan is having to fight, and I think it shows. There are a few things with this that I can overlook, but just like MI2, MI3 also suffers from it being a product of its time with the J.J. Abram isms of lens flares, oversaturation, a few choices that's kind of like, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I can overlook it for those things, especially Philip Seymour Hoffman. Next up is a movie that I do really like. Now, from this point up, it's pretty much all loves. It's going to be hard for me to find these, and this could even fluctuate, but I'll say Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol is here because I really like this movie. It's a lot of fun. As you had mentioned, there are a lot of funny moments that kind of break the tension. And I do love a lot of the banter, the team elements. There's a lot here that I like, but it doesn't quite top. And again, I'm going back to something you said in which in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, we do get that motorcycle chase, and
Hmm.
he's just kind of out of it. That is just so incredible, and it's also funny. It kind of really embodies a lot of what Mission Impossible is. He's having to do something that's impossible. He's having to push his body to the brink of I may die, but I've got to do it while us sick fans are watching this with glee, thinking, if he dies, we get to see an epic death. Next up, and this could fluctuate, but I have to say Mission Impossible, the first film, goes here because even though, just like the second and third films, it does feel a little dated, I do love that throwback, kind of the vibes that we get to. It's a true ode to the TV show. This is very much so something where we end up having callbacks to the OG Mission Impossible franchise that started all the TV series. This is really the one that is the seed that really draws us back to a lot of the reasons why Ethan does what he does. One thing that happens here that I always have wanted to try. I want to go to a hotel. I want to unscrew a light bulb. I want to crush it and a hand towel and then sprinkle it
I
outside of the
literally do that
doorsteps.
every night before bed.
I
Just
want
around the
to.
house, up and down the stairs.
I want to do that. It's basically home aloneing your area. And also Mission Impossible in that as well. And then at the top, like I said, Mission Impossible Fallout cannot be beaten. This is not just for this franchise, but just action in general. It is such an incredible movie. Like I said, we also get your boy Henry Cavill in
Hmm.
this. He
Yeah,
is
he's
incredible. This
awesome
is
in it.
it's just like there's so much about this that I love, and it really embodies everything about the series, the franchise, and also movies in general. That it's just so good, so good.